Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video right now, Xbox has now been caught by trying to figure out why everyone is wanting to go play and build things on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, as you guys probably know, the PlayStation itself is kind of still making waves. Now, the PlayStation 5 Pro hasn't fully sold out yet, but in comparison, the PlayStation 5 has been selling like hotcakes. At this point, almost 3 times as many PlayStations have been sold than Xboxes. And as well, the PlayStation 5 Pro is kind of like the new and fresh and shiny thing. And while there is also a new Xbox Series X that's a pure digital console with a slightly bigger SSD, not many people are really even talking about it or caring about it. They're just kind of sitting there and being like, oh, it's cool. I guess I'm probably going to either stick with my PS5, my PC, my current Xbox, or even the Switch 2. And right now, Microsoft kind of noticed, and they're curious and asking mainly developers, what can we do to get us on your platform? What can we do to make you happy? Why are you picking PlayStation over us? So we're going to go talk about this drama and talk about how people are actually seemingly loving the PlayStation 5 Pro. And of course, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. So make sure you give your thoughts and comments down below, leave a like, and make sure you guys are subscribed here and our second channel, linked down below, the 2 Twitter accounts and the Twitch down below for the PS5 Pro giveaway, and you too can go and enjoy it and love it yourselves. I always hate whenever I do these videos because it's always so cheesy, and it's like, you gotta do the YouTube thing and beg for the subs. I hate it. Don't worry, I understand. I don't get it, but at least they get... You guys get a console out of it. I don't know, whatever. I just appreciate you guys that stuff. Anyway, sorry. So if you guys have missed it, first and foremost, everyone likes the PS5 Pro. There's been a lot of big news, a lot of people supporting it, saying that the PS5 Pro has been supported by not only the usual PlayStation studios, which is expected. You're gonna have like, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch being like, oh my god, I love the PS5 Pro. It's the best console I've ever played ever. Oh my god, I love it, love it, love it. They're paid by PlayStation. They're gonna do it. Their marketing team, that's what they're meant to do. They're marketing. But the bigger thing is third-party devs are actually even liking the PS5 Pro. And that's completely different than the Xbox Series S, where a lot of people are being like, this console sucks, it's not even worth it, there's optimization challenges. And if you guys have watched our videos, and we'll dive into it throughout this video, some game companies are just giving up. Some game companies are saying, we're not going to even make things for the Xbox because it's not worth it. People are not going to buy our game as much as the PlayStation. And some people are saying like, bro, there's the Xbox Series S is so mediocre for our brand new game, we can't do it. And then Xbox on the reverse side is almost expecting, if not actually expecting, game companies to go and develop on the Series S. They want to make sure there is similar performance or both games are launched in tandem, both at the Series S and X at the same time, which I do respect. I don't want to say that's a bad thing from Xbox. They're supporting their, user base, but at the same exact time, some people just want to have the game. Things like Wukong, Baldur's Gate had a lot of issues on Xbox, and developers basically kind of gave up on it. Or if they did, they need to have specific Microsoft help with their Xbox consoles, or as well Game Pass money to make it happen. This is not a hate against Xbox. I think the Xbox is cool. I like Game Pass. I have Game Pass right now, and at the end of the day, it's like a cool idea, but it's just reality. Like, I don't want to speak around the words. It is reality. But that's the intriguing thing, because Microsoft right now has been sent out with a lot of news asking people specifically, why are you choosing the PlayStation 5 over Xbox? Now, for general marketing, this is smart. Like, Xbox is kind of falling behind. Big games are not being released day one. And like I said, Baldur's Gate, or things like Wukong, or even sometimes like JRPGs like Genshin Impact never came to Xbox in a timely fashion, to the point where either it's off the meta or they already got established on PlayStation or PC, so people don't really need to go get it on Xbox. And, well, that sucks. Like, for Xbox users, because if they have an Xbox Series X, they can't play the game for quite some time. So they are actively getting a worse experience than PlayStation users. And, of course, as well, it's not a good vibe to know that other people are having fun. Think like Pow World. That came out everywhere, obviously, so it's fine, but that game was a cool, fun game that wasn't actually out everywhere. It was actually on the reverse, not even out on PlayStation, just got announced for it. So while it is not a pure Xbox loses situation, they do sometimes get cool games, like, say, Pal World, it just isn't fun. Like, the game itself is off the meta, your friends aren't playing anymore. If you don't have a PS5 or PC, sometimes people, like, you play the game 6 months later. You might get spoiled, whatever. So Microsoft want to know why this is happening. Saying Microsoft is keen to hear from developers who are opting to release their games on the PS5, but not on the Xbox Series X and S. The company is overhauling its Xbox research division, which was originally focused on player experiences. Now it wants to talk to the people behind the games and address the pain points. So before they're trying to get people playing the games, so like the general users, and get the good user experience, and now they're talking to the devs, where it's like, bro, why don't devs like us? Now Xbox does have a lot of people, like over 20 million users. I'd place around 30 million at this point, rounding up, and that's a good amount of healthy install base. And you also have people on PC, they could buy your games in the Xbox store. That's fine. Although most PC people are probably on Steam, but it still is there. Like, it's worth it to make games on Xbox most of the time. But sometimes they almost have to make two different games. And also, we've seen a big issue where sometimes Microsoft doesn't even approve the game. We've seen recently some game companies are like, hey, like, it's been 3 months and we haven't even gotten an email back from Xbox. So at this point, what's the point? They're like, we can't even sell the game. We have to stop development. We're not going to make any money. They're not even working with us. While we're also on the reverse, where PlayStation's reaching out to companies individually to optimize games and work with indie games and work with third-party devs to make it work. And well, that's what people are kind of iffy on. Like, I feel like PlayStation puts the work into it. And people, if you kind of look through the general community, people are looking and being like, hey man, like I'll say like this tweet and try to get like the general consensus. People are like, hey man, it's the lead platform and the Series S is holding back developers, which has been true. Like I've said, a lot of people are like, why is the Xbox Series S even a thing anymore? I thought the console was cool. I like that there's a cheaper console, but you cannot stop the Xbox Series X users in the same defense as the Series S users. I think the Series S is great, but I really think they need to focus more on cloud gaming and Game Pass if they're going to be using this console. It's a little bit weaker, it's fine, they might get like 720p, but it's still there to have. But the fact that there's so much public outrage over here that big game companies such as like the Dune game and other various big game companies, like I mentioned, like Baldur's Gate and Wukong, that they're not there and people are not happy with it. And everyone's like, bro, it's just a weaker thing. They're saying it's one of the reasons why we're going out on PC first. There's a lot of optimizations we need to do before release on the Xbox. But yeah, the Xbox Series S is a challenge. And that's what sucks, because they have to go do all this optimizations and make the game look good on Xbox Series S because Xbox requires it. And everyone else is like, why do we want to put money in a dying console? Go on the better hardware, which is now at this current moment the PS5 Pro, and the better supporting fan base. More people buy games on PlayStation, not always, but most of the time, because it's more people on the PlayStation ecosystem. This is not meant to be an Xbox hate video, but it's more of like a wake-up call to Xbox. I want more games on Xbox. I have nothing against it. I think that's a good idea. Grow the gaming ecosystem as a whole. But it sucks because they're now just figuring this out, but anyone with the brain could have told you, as Xbox, work with third-party companies to make their games get optimized. Send 20, 30 people over there, which as PlayStation's been doing, to make sure the game runs well on your console. And as well, if it's not, for whatever reason, spend the money and the manpower to do it. Xbox is a over $100 billion company. It's one of the biggest companies on the planet now with Activision. You have the manpower and the resources to make it happen. PlayStation's doing it, but they're doing it organically and making sure people get on it. Same with Genshin Impact. They made sure, and they did the market research, and they know JRPGs and the overall Asian gacha market, and at the end of the day, they knew what was going on. So this is why Microsoft is curious. They're like, a lot of these devs are becoming vocal that the Xbox Series S sucks in terms of developing it. And that's not a hate on it, it's just the reality. And they don't have an escape to, they can't escape it because Microsoft mandates the game releases on both the consoles. And this really is the issue. And I know it sucks for anyone who has an Xbox Series S, but they're completely shooting themselves in the foot because they're also then not releasing the games on Series X, and they're not putting the extra effort. And they're quite literally at this point begging people to come over here. Because like I mentioned, the PS5 Pro, a lot of people like it. People over here say this: we are excited to see how Dragon Age the Veilguard will lean into the power that the PS5 Pro unlocks for players. Whether you love deep progression, strategic combat, or whatever, you will notice an improvement on the PS5 Pro. Notice all this press stuff is not coming out right now for the Xbox or the new upcoming Xbox, and they're slacking. Our graphics engineers at Remedy have greatly enjoyed improving Alan Wake 2 for PS5 Pro together with the team at Sony Interactive. Once again, what I was saying, they worked with Sony directly to make it better. They will have better graphics on the PS5 Pro. These people will get more sales on the PlayStation overall, and they're not also inhibited by Game Pass. Game Pass has also destroyed game companies on other platforms, and this is where things are crazy. Games like Alan Wake 2, where the mood and environmental storytelling are essential, bringing ray tracing will make it feel even better. With the power and new features of the PS5 Pro, we have the opportunity to push visual settings and details even further. We're not seeing this on Xbox, and this is why Xbox is having issues. They are saying, if you want an Xbox, we love to know why. And honestly, if you're using our competitors' products, you probably have a great perspective. Drop the Xbox Series S, or allow the fact that you can maybe have multi-platform releases, do the X first, S later. Make sure Game Pass is not cannibalizing your own game sales. And of course, as well, maybe try to work more into cloud gaming to get more people in the Xbox ecosystem, because right now they're losing. Lower the price point, maybe make an Xbox Pro, or at the same time, maybe release the next Xbox quicker, and you have a nice little window to maybe take over a little bit of a console market for the extremists, and the world might be good. But Xbox is realizing there's a problem. PlayStation's been trying to fix it by working with these game companies individually, and I think that right there is also a big reason why Xbox is kind of falling apart. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on the entire thing down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially for this channel, second channel, both the Twitters down below and the Twitch stream, and I appreciate you guys all very much for watching here in the first place.